Netflix's One Piece live action adaptation was probably one of the most phenomenal pieces of content that we've seen this year. And it had a ton of great moments, from the epic fight scenes, the unconventional storyline, and the strangest costumes and looks I've ever seen since the Hunger Games. So in this video, we're gonna be looking at some of my favorite moments in the series. Let's begin, shall we? Now, I don't know about you, but I literally got chills during the final battle at Shellstown, specifically when Luffy, Zoro, and Nami had to team up and fight Axe and Logan. Logan was all, "You kids are no match for me. I'm a total G. I've been slaying pirates since you were in diapers. Test me." This man was showing off scars and taking off clothes like some unwanted stripper. And Luffy and Zoro were like, "Hey yo, we about to throw hands." Had the camera zooming in on their eyes like some type of Wild Wild West movie. The battle commences and Luffy gets tossed around like a piece of gum, pun intended. Zoro barely holds up and Nami is not a part of the fight, I guess. Next thing you know, Zoro and Luffy are giving each other the classic pep talk and Zoro is like, "Watch me." This dude brings out that do-rag, and you know when my man has that do-rag on, it's about to go down. Bro literally puts his third sword in his mouth, doing that Santurio. Oh gosh, here comes the pronunciation police now, like he's supposed to. That X-Hand dude stood no chance, bro. That dude got straight up bodied and hit the floor on 2 knees, and our main boy Luffy from out of nowhere gave him the gum whip.
Fatality.
Nothing but epic. But that's not even close to what the red hair pirates did to Higuma and his bandits. It's just all plain disrespect. This dude Higuma thought he could roll up and flex on Shanks and the crew. The dude threw the bottle of liquor Shanks gave him and smashed it on the table, and a bunch of other stuff on the bar. Shanks was all like, "I'll mop this up," being all humble, and his entire crew started laughing at him like, "Bro, you literally just grabbed the mop, my dude." And Shanks was laughing like, "What's understood doesn't need to be said." Fast forward, we have Luffy being all sad that Shanks is gone, and Higuma walks in and starts trouble again. But out of nowhere, Shanks shows up and he's like, "Yo, put that boy down." And Higuma thinks it's going to be like the last time, calling Shanks a janitor and laughing, but Shanks didn't come to play games. He lifts his hand straight at Higuma's guy, and out of nowhere, a gun fires. And a dude just drops down. The big man, Lucky Roo, literally shot a brother while eating a piece of chicken. What the hell, bro? Yasop and the others were just chilling. Dude was like, "Hold my drink," cocked his gun, and when he noticed that Higuma's man was holding Lucky Roo, the dude fired his gun at a steel pipe. The bullet ricocheted and still hit my man. This dude is nothing but a straight up gangster. And it gets so much worse for the bandits. The red hairs proceed to obliterate the bandits, and Lucky Roo was still beating the crap out of a guy with a piece of chicken. Safe to say it was another
fatality
for the bandits. And if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, preferably though not with a piece of chicken. Now, I love the good man Zoro as much as the next guy. I mean, I watched Zoro slice a guy in half in the first episode and he didn't even flinch. So naturally he thought he could beat Dracula Mihawk, the greatest swordsman alive, the man who kills men and decapitates ships while he's on the phone. I mean, snail call. Zoro challenges Mihawk to a fight and Nami's like, "Zoro, you baka," pronounced bagger, "you're going to die." And Zoro was like, "Nah, I got this." And believe me when I say, my fellow homies, he did not got this. He did not got this at all. I know, terrible English. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the amount of disrespect that you're about to witness. Just know that this was necessary to teach a pompous young man the true meaning of what it means to get his ass whipped. Sincerely, Keepin It Comic. The battle starts and Zoro draws his swords and Mihawk looks at him like, "You are too small to handle my Yoru." And he literally draws a tiny blade. This thing is smaller than a pocket knife and he still uses it to hold down Zoro. Mihawk sends this dude flying more than once and even stabs him in the chest. What more do you need to see to realize that you are no match for the man, Zoro? But Zoro still had that do-rag energy going on. He still wanted to fight. And Mihawk was like, "I see your do-rag energy and I approve. I will now kill you with my Yoru." Zoro puts the third sword in his mouth, doing that Santurio like he's supposed to, but he was no match for Mihawk. In one swipe, Zoro's sword broke into pieces and Zoro spread his hands wide because he knew it was all over, and out of nowhere came the
finish him.
And one slice was all it took. Zoro was wasted. Damn. And lastly, by far, one of the most heart-wrenching and surprisingly bizarre moments of the series was with Sanji and Zeff. This is one of those moments that really delineates how deep One Piece can go. Zeff invades Sanji's ship as a child, where he adds oregano to everything in the kitchen. I mean, bro, what's your deal with oregano, man? Sadly, their ship sinks and only Zeff and Sanji survive. Zeff gives Sanji a bag of food and keeps a bigger bag for himself. Sanji's able to survive for like 70 days with the bag of food Zeff gave him, which is actually Pretty impressive. But eventually, little Sanji runs out of food, and he's like, yeah, I gotta go get me some of that grub the old man's hoarding. He dashes to Zeff's side of the rock holding a knife. Zeff is like, boy, didn't I tell you not to go anywhere near my side of the rock? Little Sanji ignores him and rips into the bag. But hey, where's the food? It's all gold and precious stones. Where did all the grub go? What the hell has this old man been eating for the past 2 months? And Sanji notices that Zeff is missing a leg. And what is probably the most ghetto move in the series so far, this man cut off his old leg and ate it. This is kind of crazy, honestly. I haven't seen anyone do that since that episode of The Simpsons where Homer eats himself. But the funny thing is, Zeff actually does it because he wants Sanji to live out his dreams of finding all blue, indicating that the dream chasing mentality of One Piece characters is too next level. But that's just what makes the show so endearing, isn't it? So yeah, that's it for the best moments in the One Piece live action. And honestly, I want to do a part 2. So if you guys would like to see one, let me know in the comments below and blow up that like button. And be sure to check out our other video where we talk about One Piece and how it broke the internet and the insane preparations as well that the One Piece cast members had to do to prepare for the show. And as always, guys, thanks so much for kicking it. We'll keep it a comic. Bye.